Hey gang, Matt the Helpful Home Inspector coming at you with another product review. Now I've done a number of these tables where I put down paint and then I basically put down some glitter and things like that and kind of decorate the surface a little bit. And then I want that clear coat, that nice clear coat over the top that you might see at like a bar or something like that, where it's got this nice thick glassy coat over the top that's nice and smooth, easy to keep clean, but you can still see all the color, glitter, and everything else that you put in underneath, okay? There's a number of different ways you could do it. You can just go out and buy regular epoxy or things like that. I find that the tabletop coating stuff is really the way to go. And the one that I like to use, it is glaze coat. Now glaze coat is a product that I purchased at Menards or whatever. It basically comes in a two-part epoxy type of system. And you mix the two parts together, of course, to generate some heat. You're gonna get a bunch of bubbles and stuff in it. And then you can spread it out over the surface. Now as it spreads out over the surface, it does have a self-leveling component to it. So it's gonna kind of try to find its own level and things like that. And as it does, it runs over the edges and it'll leave some drips on the bottom. The best and easiest way to clean up the drips on the bottom is either sanding, okay, or in my case I used a planer, basically a power planer, and I have it set on low so it only removes a little tiny bit, and you basically run that planer along there until it gets nice and smooth. And in the beginning it's very choppy because these drips form hard spikes and stuff, but in the end it turns out a nice flat bottom on there. But that finish, man, oh, that finish, if you've watched any of our videos in the studio and stuff, that Home Inspector table that I made there, that is done with the glass coat on top. I put the paint down, I did the whole design and everything, painted it all, and then I put paint down and I embedded glitter in all the different wet paint colors and things like that, and the glitter was to match the colors of the design and everything, and turned out awesome. It looks great, even looks great on camera too, you know, but it gives it that nice glassy finish, whatever that you're looking for on that kind of a tabletop. It's also easy to clean. If I get any imperfections in it, like scratches or dents or anything like that, it's really easy to fix, and that you just take a little bit of heat to it, either from a heat gun or you can use a propane torch or something like that, you know, to heat that up a little bit, and that will smooth that surface out. All right, now when you go to pour this stuff, you mix it up, whatever, you let it sit for a little bit, let it get some heat, and it'll form some bubbles and stuff in it. You pour it out, you spread it out. I usually use like a plastic putty knife, you know, to spread it around a little bit and to get that leveling started, okay? And you can also take and use a brush, but brush, usually what ends up happening is some of the bristles will pull out and things like that. You got to pick them out and stuff like that. Over the next couple of hours, it will self-level, okay? And the bubbles will start to come out of it a little bit. While it's self-leveling, what you want to do is take that either heat gun or blowtorch, and you want to go around it and heat it up a little bit. That'll get a bunch of the bubbles out and stuff like that. Otherwise, the bubbles usually naturally work their way out most of the time as well, but applying that heat helps to expedite that process and make sure that you get all the bubbles out of it and stuff, so you're not left with a bunch of bubbles at the end. But this glaze coat stuff works great. I want to say, for the Helpful Home Inspector table that I did, basically that took, I want to say 2 boxes of this, okay, because I had to put on so many coats. I wanted to really have a nice thick layer on there. I had made the glitter extra thick, so I had to make the epoxy extra thick so that it was flat at the end, okay. I also did an HSH table, which is a bigger, it's a 4x8 table, and was a much larger project, and that took, I think, 3 boxes of this. But yeah, great little product or whatever, and when you're all done with it, it turns out great. It really is exactly what I was looking for, that nice glassy finish, whatever, easy to clean, easy to take care of, easy to repair. Even if you get some scratches in it and stuff like that, just from using the table, you're gonna get some scratches occasionally. But this glaze coat worked really, really well. This one is Famo Wood glaze coat, and basically they're saying the equivalent of 70 coats of varnish. It's a really thick finish on there, but really gives it a great appearance. And these basically is 1 gallon of it, so you have a half gallon of each of the 2 parts. The timings and things that they gave you for as far as how long it takes to dry and things like that are pretty close. If you're gonna put on multiple layers though, I'd give it some extra time. So I always tended to give it a couple of extra hours in between when I would do 1 coat over the next or whatever. And when we did the glitter on the last table, okay, I didn't actually spray down any like clear sealer or anything like that. So as I poured the epoxy on, some of the glitter started to move with the epoxy, which I wasn't planning on. So we ended up having to, Tammy and Peter came out and helped me. We basically took it and took little toothpicks or whatever, and we moved all the little pieces of glitter back into places where they needed to be. It took a long time, but man, did it turn out great. It's a great part of our studio. Everybody that comes in is like, holy cow, that table is awesome, you know, and it is. It's a really nice table, whatever. Got a really great finish on it. The painting that I did and the glitter that I put underneath it, whatever, you know, really comes through in that with that clear coat on that makes it really just pop, you know. So great little product or whatever. No matter what your project is, whether it's small or big, you can use as little of this as you want or as much of it as you want. And basically they have a chart on the back here to kind of, if you need to figure out exactly how much you're going to need, this chart will kind of give you the basics. But there's a lot of runoff, and there's some loss left in the buckets and things like that. So account for probably 10 to 20% more than what you actually are listed on this chart for, as far as what you're going to need to finish your project. All right, but glaze coat by Familwood, great product or whatever. I got it at Menards, but I would imagine you can probably order it online or something like that. It is not cheap. It's not cheap, but it is something that would do a great job for you, whatever kind of project you've got going on. So that is the Familwood glaze coat. All right, thanks again for tuning in, you guys. I'm Matt, the Helpful Home Inspector. Hoping you appreciate this stuff. If you like this stuff and you want to know more of it, let me know what you guys like me to review or what you want to look at. If you have questions, concerns, anything like that about any of these products, or just about anything in general, I have a wealth of knowledge that I am here to share with you, and I would love to be a resource for you. All right, hit the subscribe button down below if you're not already a subscriber. We'd love to have you on the team. Bell notification to let you know when we got new stuff coming out. Give me a thumbs up if you like this one, okay? And then comments down below. We are always appreciated. We do comment on, reply to all of our comments and stuff, so we make sure to get back to you in a timely fashion and answer any questions you might have. All right, thanks again for tuning in, you guys. Remember, the better you take care of your house, the better it's going to take care of you. Have a good one.